Bloom News Brief. More info at bullandbloom.com. Classic Rock Magazine reposted a really cool interview they did with Glenn Hughes back in 2007 on David Bowie. I was in LA and I got a call from David Bowie's personal assistant. She said Bowie had been watching footage on TV of Deep Purple playing the California Jam, and he'd been impressed by my performance. So I met up with him and we sat up talking all night. At the time, he was into his blue-eyed soul thing. We shared a mutual love of Luther Vandross. Later, Bowie asked me to sing on his Young Americans album. Unfortunately, Ritchie Blackmore was vehemently against it. He thought it would be bad for Purple's image. I was a bit pissed off about that. I stayed friends with Bowie. We were both into blow, only Bowie's paranoia on cocaine was far greater than mine, and I thought I was crazy. Bowie was very intelligent, but he suffered bizarre mood swings when he was high. Our relationship was very intense in 1975 and 76. He lived in my house in Beverly Hills for a time. I was loaded on coke, so was Bowie. The champagne flowed. It was a great period. On actress Linda Blair. Linda had been dating Tommy Bolin. In the summer of 1976, just after Purple had broken up, some offers came in for me to reform Trapeze and undertake a U.S. tour. I decided to do it, even though this was a truly intense period for me. I'd broken up with my long-term girlfriend and I was going off the rails. I had cut my hair, I was wearing makeup, and I'd been hanging out with David Bowie. Just before a Trapeze gig in St. Louis, I got a call from Tommy, and he put me on the phone with Linda. She told me she was a big Purple fan, and she was getting ready to travel from LA to New York to shoot a new movie, Exorcist 2 with Richard Burton. She wanted to stop over in St. Louis and see Trapeze. She turned up at my door the next morning carrying an overnight bag and a saddle. I thought, is this some bizarre sexual fetish? No, it turned out that she was a keen horsewoman. Anyway, we quickly became an item. Like me, Linda was very addicted to cocaine. I was going completely off the rails, and I'd found the perfect mate to stumble along with. We shacked up in LA together. It's incredible to tell you this, but I broke up with her because she was doing so much blow. It was getting too intense for me to be around. We'd be driving down Sunset Boulevard. She'd have an ounce of cocaine in a bag on her lap, and she'd be doing bumps through a straw. I'm thinking, any minute now they're going to catch us, whoever they are. I couldn't deal with it. A few weeks after we broke up, she got busted. She got caught up in a deal involving major kilos of cocaine. Luckily, she didn't go to jail, but I got out just in time. If I'd been busted with her, my life and career in America would have been over. On Keith Moon. My first band was Trapeze, and I'd met Keith at one of our shows in 1969. Later, I joined Deep Purple, and in the summer of 1974, we recorded Stormbringer. We stayed at the Beverly Wilshire Hotel in L.A. One evening, I got a knock on my door, and it was Keith Moon. He was with Ron Wood and the Beatles' road manager, Mal Evans. Keith was dressed up as a Nazi war officer, the jackboots, the outfit, everything. I had a bunch of coke with me, and I laid out 4 massive lines. We had a competition to see who could snort the fastest, and I won. I did half of Keith's line as well, which I thought was quite monumental. That night we hired a limo and went all across town. For 24 hours we were completely out of our minds, and Keith stayed in character the whole time. To read the entire interview, click the link in the description.